Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the NFC South 2025-2026 preview. I'm your co-host, Reggie.
I'm your co-host, Norwood. Our powers combined. We are your HBCU homeboys. Today is a very special day because we get to talk our favorite football conference in the entire NFL, the NFC South, which houses our Atlanta Falcons. Thank you guys for being here with us. Always remember, like, follow, subscribe. Go back and listen to the North, AFC South, all of the college football, Big Ten, SEC, MEAC, SWAC. We do it all. We leave no stone unturned. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So today, as he already said, we're talking about the NFC South. This is going to be one, I think, for two teams at least, maybe three, maybe one of the more competitive divisions in the league. The Buccaneers are winning for their fifth straight division title. Michael Penix Jr., who all intents and purposes is a rookie plus 3 games, is taking over for the Falcons, along with all of their additions, which we'll get to. The Panthers have some. That's our executive producer. The Panthers have some expectations because of how they finished the season last year, and then the Saints stuck in Cap Hill and they suck. And that
Not
made me
my
feel
problem.
good.
Not my problem.
So, with that being said, let's start with, I guess we go in alphabetical order. We can start with the Falcons.
Hey, champions, NFC South champs. Wrap the podcast up, pack it on up. Let's go home.
I think the Atlanta Falcons are the most anticipated team in 2025, highlighted by the fact that we ain't never been on national TV more than once or twice. We on there 5 times this year. That tells me that everybody has expectations, and they should.
I don't think we had any national games last year. It was either last year or the year before. And I liked it. Like, I like when people don't know what's going on with my team. Let's keep the expectations low. Let's keep the pressure low. Let's surprise and sneak up on teams.
The pressure ain't low. Raheem, you are on the hot seat, bro, and Terry too. Now,
I don't like Terry being on the hot seat. I think Terry's done a good job.
He's done a good job in my eyes too. But you it's like Duke, North Carolina, or Grambling Southern or Hampton Howard. You can't lose 5 in a row. 5 division can't not win the division title 5 years in a row.
Can't do it. Cannot do it.
So now I will say with the Falcons, this is the culmination of a 3-year plan for them. They wanted to get the quarterback, the receiver, the running back, and then build the defense. They got Michael Penix Jr. They have Bijan Robinson, Drake London. They built the offense. Kyle Pitts Jr. allegedly looks good again. If he can stay healthy, Charlie Warner too. Now y'all look for him. And then you got Ray and Darnell Mooney, who is off injured reserve and will be here for the first game of the season against Tampa Bay. They built out the offense, and this year they finally addressed the defense in the first round. They got Jalen Walker, who, from what I understand, he was on their radar, but they never thought that he was going to make it down to 15. They thought they were going to have to trade up to 9 to get him, and they weren't willing to trade. And he fell all the way to 15. He's been a little dinged up, but so far it looks like it's an abundance of caution because of everything else going on in the l'hôpital or the hospital. And then it seems like via preseason that they have struck gold with James Pierce Jr.
Oh, this is the reason I fuck with Terry. First thing he did, he didn't draft Kyle Pitts, did he? Okay. Now that might not be the greatest one for you. But that first season, Kyle Pitts did look like a world beater, and he has definitely left a lot to be desired. But when he was good, he was good. And this will be the year whether we figure out how we feel about him, because we have what looks like a legitimate quarterback. Outside of that, You draft Drake London, who's a top 10 wide receiver in the NFL. Great job. Pay him now. You draft Bijan Robinson, top 3 running back, probably best value or second best value, depending on how you feel about between him and Jahmyr Gibbs, future facing value at running back. You broke the draft for 2 years with Michael Penix Jr. You basically ruined the quarterback market for everything for 2 years in a row, and teams still not being able to recover from that. Then this year, you double down and get 2 edges. And I looked at the projected 2026 draft, and I think that James Pierce Jr. is one of the best, if not the best, edge rusher in next year's draft too. So I think that you've done a lot of very future-facing moves that I think you've knocked out of the park. Kyle Pitts is probably the one thing that I will say probably up for debate. But I also have to give you credit because you got Tyler Algier from BYU and nobody knew about him. Then I'll go ahead and run this year's draft. Jalen Walker at 15, James Pierce at 26. You take Xavier Watts, which
starter,
all intents and purposes was a steal, and he's a starter. You got Billy Bowman, who's going to be in that secondary rotation, and then you close out round 7 with Jack Nelson. Overall, I think that mostly you've done a really good job of drafting and picking players. Now, one thing that I know that Reggie's going to say, and he's 100% right, is your adjustments mid-season and trade deadline have been where you have historically not shown up in a way where we expected you to. Am I right?
Yeah, we don't. For some odd reason, we don't address the issues the glaring issues that we have at the trade deadline. I don't think we've made really any trades at the trade deadline to improve the team. And at that point, I believe we were like 6-2. So, which is cool. I will say for Terry, that pick for Kyle Pitts sucks because Jamar Chase was the very next pick. He was the 5th pick. But it does soften the blow because Drake London, for all intents and purposes, I expect Drake London to be a top 5 wide receiver this year. And y'all can quote me on that.
I still think that might be a push because the guys at the top.
Who's the guys at the top? Jamar, JJ. He froze. Jamar, JJ.
I'm thinking.
Oh.
AJ Brown. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to crack that top 5. As long as you're top 10, bro, I'm okay with that. And I probably prefer you a top 10 because we could probably not have to go super crazy with the money and pay him early. We know what he is. He is.
Oh, CeeDee Lamb, AJ Brown, Devontae Adams. No, see, I do now. I think Mike Evans, and we'll get to Tampa Bay later. I think Mike Evans should be higher on the list. Devontae Smith. Yeah, I think Drake London could be up there. 1, 2, 3. I think he could be 5. I think he could be number 5. I think you would have Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, AJ Brown, Drake London.
Fair. And the thing that I like about him, even though he might not be better than those guys, is that kid's motor runs hot all the time. He is physical. He is mean. He is nasty. He is aggressive. And we need that from somebody on our team. And I like it being the angry wide receiver because historically receivers have either been divas or just way too cool for school. No, that kid likes to put hands on people. And if you don't move out of the way, he will put hands on you.
I believe he was top 5 in receiving yards last year.
Yeah, him and Mooney are no joke. Zach Robinson.
That is my breakout star, is Mooney. I think Mooney's going to get 1,000 yards this year. And if y'all have that with Drake London getting 15,
T's and P's, baby. Zach Robinson, you better make it happen, brother. Because if you don't, there are other people who can drive this car. 100% for sure. I want you to know that. I want you to know that every day. Same thing for you, Raheem. Somebody else can drive this car. If you can't get this car to the destination that we are looking for, then let me tell you, Arthur Blank will happily hand the keys to somebody else. And I think that Michael McDaniel, multiracial McDaniel, will be available to coach an offense. And I'd love to have him. I think that Mike Tomlin might be available at the end of the season, and I'd love to have him. I don't want to see y'all fired, but I'm gonna tell you there are other people who could do this job.
Yeah, and I just want the Falcons on offense to use Tyler Algier.
Everybody, put everybody on the field. If they good, line them up. Make it the package called the good package, where you use all your good players at the same time. And if any player is offended by not being in the good package, you can play good. That's all I'm asking. But when I say when he say G, y'all need to know, hey, good players only. The rest of y'all back up. We did lose Caleb McGarry for the season to an ankle surgery, which is tragic. Yeah. We did trade for Michael Gerald from Seattle. Is he from
Seattle? Yeah. So out of everything we named on the offense of how potent this offense could be, the one thing that we really could not afford on the offensive line, because we already lost our starting center to free agency, was injuries. Caleb, and really at the tackle spot was the worst place you could, because Michael Penix Jr. is left-handed. Caleb McGarry is the blind side protector, and we just paid him. And as much as I'm not a Caleb McGarry fan, I like that we were able to pay him as a mid tackle.
Him and Nuzul, we kind of got on
yeah, we have it, but we about to have a early 2-week tryout period, because we signed between practice squad and trades. We got 5 offensive tackles that are going to compete to start at right tackle.
Hey, you want to play? But I mean, the left side of our line is so strong.
Yeah,
Matthews, Bergeron, Lindstrom. I mean,
it's everybody. Our offensive line has been a top 2 offensive line the last 3 years. We are good. But the questions for us now is right tackle and on offense, and can Zach Taylor, remember last year, he's probably my candidate for sleeper for offensive coordinator of the year.
He better run that play action.
Last year was his first time calling plays ever. He was under over there in the Rams. McVay. He was under Sean. Is it McVay?
Yep.
Yeah. He was under McVay. McVay don't let nobody call no plays but him. So last year was his first year calling plays, and I think this year he should take a big step, especially with all of the weapons that we have. Now, Raheem and Terry, y'all can't go if we are struggling on the offensive line, whatever our record is, we have a winning record or mid record. If we struggling at the tackle, y'all can't afford to sit there and let that pass. No, there's too many players that are available that you could trade for or outright sign to be a right tackle. Too many players. So you got to do it. I will say the over-under for the Falcons 7.5 wins. Boy, y'all go to hell. I don't even got to look at our schedule. What's our schedule look like?
All right, let's do it. And you know what? I'm excited. We start out Tampa Bay. And first game, punch him in the face. I'm picking us to win.
Tampa Bay? Yeah. They got like 3 people hurt.
Then we get Minnesota with no Jordan Addison. We need to win that. Carolina, we need to win that. Washington.
That's going to be tough.
That's a tough game, but we should.
Here's why it's tough. Our interior defensive line is unproven.
That's actually not that. What to me, that's not what I saw as our issue. What got us smoked versus Washington last year was Jaden Daniels sliding out of bounds, picking up 7 yards every time. Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr., you are there to influence that. And I mean influence that in a physical way, in a mean and demonic way. I'm telling you, you need to put hands, feet, and cleats on that man. That's the reason we used both of those draft picks. That was relatively preventable. If we lose like that again, I'll cry in the car. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because it wasn't like he just torched us down the field. He found different pockets in our defense. Give me that one. And it was it's really like watching somebody play Madden when they had Michael Vick, and wherever you weren't, it's just where they ran. Yes,
go left.
exactly. And you're like, bro,
Well, the reason I said our interior line is unproven because we lost Grady. We cut Fox, who we signed to a 2-year, $9 million deal with $3 million guaranteed, and we waived him. So we just pissed away $3 million.
Yeah, but they're also not in the business keeping guys who ain't it. And I respect that. If he ain't it, fire him, son. Fire him.
So the big about the Falcons is in the preseason, we played no starters, really. We played all the young guys. But in terms of, we didn't play Anyamata. He's going to be our run stuffer. And the size of the nose tackle is troublesome to me because you're supposed to take on 2 to 3 blockers with this defense that we're running. And I think Anyamata may be 300 pounds, maybe. I do like Rook. And we talked about this 2025 draft class, which you did talk about. To me, the 2024 draft class is where we make or break, is going to make or break us. Rook Oro, Ebiketie is not 2024, but he's part of that older regime of young players who, if they can turn up, Brandon Dorless has been a beast.
Hey, Zach Harrison, it's your time. Leonard Floyd,
Harrison,
it's your time.
Keep going.
Yeah, like I do think that I think we have a relatively deep team that I think the majority of these guys are capable. And it's been a while since I think I've said that everywhere.
This is the deepest team we've had in Atlanta in the last 15 years.
Right. Basketball and football. Why you playing? Like it feels good to have what looks like some level of a plan, and not just like any plan, like a plan that could work. Like,
now I will say, and I'm gonna say this till I'm blue in the face. And Mike Hughes, if I am willing to be wrong, but I still think we need a cornerback too. I like Mike Hughes. I don't know if I want him as cornerback too. I see that we're using the rookies like Billy Bowman and all of them, but I think there could be an upgrade, and you could use Mike Hughes kind of like the AFC teams use Petrie or what's the dude for the Chiefs?
Like a star rover type of position.
Mike Hughes would be great because Mike Hughes is not a bad tackler,
right?
And he can read short routes, but I'm scared to put him when they move Justin Jefferson to the right side, or who else do we play? I ain't scared of nobody on Washington. Who else?
Hold on, wait. Yeah, I was about to say, did you do Buffalo? They are one trick pony, I believe. And that one trick, man, they haven't had Keon. They haven't heard the greatest things about Keon Cole, but other than him being in really good shape, which is great.
Yeah,
but he's still
Josh Allen. Josh Allen, though.
Right, that's true. You got the 49ers, who I think can be had. Miami, who, hey, go get him. The Patriots, we need to win. Colts, we need to win. Panthers, we need to win. Saints, we need to beat. Jets, we need to beat. Seattle can be had. Probably going to be tough to beat Tampa Bay twice. Cardinals can be had. Rams can be had. Saints can be had. The schedule is good.
Most of our schedule, all our tough games are at home. Commanders at home. We play the Vikings on the road.
But we played them early, no Addison, and that'll be JJ McCarthy's second NFL start. Go get him.
Bills at home, Seahawks at home, Rams at home. Yeah, I mean, the schedule, the way that this sets up, if James Pierce and Jalen Walker and Caden Ellis, because our whole defense is run around. We just get them on the field. And
Divine Diablo, you damn near a safety playing linebacker.
They said he looks like an avatar. He's out there. They were like, yo, he guards Kyle Pitts. He guards Drake London. He guards Bijan out the backfield. He guards Ray.
225 playing middle linebacker is crazy. The NFL is different now.
Yeah, Ray Lewis was 260.
Right. I was thinking about my brother. That's what my brother was coming out of Florida, was that size. Couldn't imagine putting him in middle linebacker in the NFL. Hell no.
But this team, I have them over 7.5 wins. I think we probably split with Tampa Bay. I think we sweep
we need to be
Carolina.
9-10.
I think I'm sorry. We split Tampa Bay. I think we sweep the Saints. So that's 3. I expect us to sweep the Panthers, but the Panthers are intriguing and we'll get there. So we'll say if we sweep them, that's 5 wins, and we haven't even left the division yet. So then you play. I expect us to beat the Cardinals. I expect us to beat the Seahawks. I expect us to beat the Jets. I expect us
The
to
Dolphins,
beat the Dolphins, the Patriots,
the
the Colts, the
Patriots.
49ers. Like, y'all called me crazy. Shout out to the homie who had baby shower, and y'all decided to pod with us at the baby shower. That one thing about having a podcast, everybody be like, "Hey, sit down. Now let me talk to you about that." And
Right.
I'm like,
You know what? That thing is crazy. And then you're like, nah, not really. Shout out to Seth tried to convince me the 49ers is gonna be good with no wide receivers. You're smoking dope, brother. You need to put that dope down.
So I have us between 11 and 13 wins.
It's a little aggressive. I take 10.
It is. It is. But if things turn out the way I think they can, I think we could be scary. But we got to get that. We got to Terry, Raheem. We got to get the offensive line settled. And let me tell you, Elijah Wilkinson ain't it. Shout out, I love you, brother. You had 4 false start penalties in a preseason game.
Fired.
That ain't it. So I got the Falcons here. They are. I'm gonna classify. They're not the favorite. They're my favorite. But according to everybody else, they're a sleeper.
Favorite in your heart.
They are a sleeper. So I got the Falcons as a sleeper to win this division.
Next,
I guess the next team. Do you want to go 8? You want to go ABC order, or you want to talk about contenders and everybody else?
No, we might as well go right. I mean, let's talk Tampa. Let's.
All right, we'll go contenders. Tampa, favorite to win the division. Baker Mayfield, 4,500 yards, 41 TDs in 2024. Mike Evans.
Shout out to the Browns.
Yeah. Shout out to OBJ's dad, OBS, I guess is his real name, Odell Beckham Sr.
I be damn, senior.
Mike Evans. If there's another word for consistent that means more consistent, then it's Mike Evans. 1,000 yards for 11, however many years it is crazy. Now Godwin is hurt, and they also just traded Trey Palmer, and Cade Otton is hurt. But you do have. This is now your 4th offensive coordinator in 4 years. Eventually, you would assume that that's going to come back and hurt them sometime. But it seems like you talked about it in the AFC South. It's the same thing. And it kind of works in advantage for Baker. In the AFC South, if y'all go back and listen, shameless plug, like, follow, subscribe, it's already out by the time you're listening to this. Norwood made a point about you want quarterbacks to be your 10-year quarterback. We're talking about Trevor Lawrence, but talking about quarterbacks in general, how the AAU basketball model has now come into football with NIL and the transfer portal. So you don't have a lot of consistency and continuity when it comes to quarterback play in college anymore. Well, for Baker Mayfield, he was one of them. He walked on at Texas Tech, walked on at Oklahoma, went to Cleveland, went to Carolina, LA, and in Tampa on his 3rd.
I've been around. I've been around.
Been around the world. Be careful.
Right.
But
and I'm going to stop tonight.
I say all of that to say, if there's any quarterback that has experience with, I named 6 different teams between college and pro with 6 different offensive coordinators. 5, Oklahoma. No, 6 different offensive coordinators. If at that point, really 7 or 8, at that point, he should be able to accommodate any OT.
Change is his constant. And you do have a coach in Todd Bowles who stays out of offensive business. Then, now I will be honest, I love my Falcons. And y'all know I was one of 7 Baker Mayfield fans when it wasn't cool to think that Baker Mayfield was going to be good. I respect the hell out of this Bucs team. They got Mike Evans, the pillar of consistency. You have Chris Godwin, who I think is an elite wide receiver too, even though he's hurt. In the time that he's hurt, they went and got Emeka Abuga from Ohio State, who's a killer. They also got little bitty Tez from Oregon doing backflips in the end zone. You got Bucky Irvin, they identified as a good running back. You still got Rashard White. Tristan Wirfs is hurt, but you still got Cody Miles from, was that North Dakota State, running that offensive line. And Cade Otton, who cut our ass last year both times when he played. This is a good team. It's a little bit older, but I want to be very clear. This is a good team. And I ain't afraid.
This is their window.
Yes. Now, you could probably, I don't know how many more Mike Evans years you're going to get. And
well, you got to make a Buka now.
Yeah, but it ain't the same. It ain't the same. It is nothing like having a guy who's that big and that consistent. Like, I don't know if Abuka is going to be able to do what you can't really. Mike Evans is a Hall of Famer. Trying to replace a Hall of Famer ain't ever easy. Trust me.
Now on defense,
he's their equivalent of our Julio. Yeah, Drake London is good, but he ain't Julio.
Nope. The defense retooled. They got the 10th easiest schedule. Now the defense, I think Levante David is at the tail end of his career.
Yeah,
Vita Vea is probably on his way out, and you still have Antoine Winfield, who now has to be the unquestioned leader of that defense, along with Levante. Then they got Trice and all of these other. Dang, we talk about him in the Falcons. They got all of these other, not Trice. They got Joe Tryon at edge or end, because I think they run a 4-3. So this team is built to score a lot of points. This defense can be had, though.
Yeah. I mean, the question is, do they have the same kind of situation that we have? Who gonna guard all of these people? The good thing is we played that, but Baker can move. Baker,
you gotta hit him. You gotta make Baker. You gotta hit him.
I don't know if even hitting Baker. I think that probably warms him up more into the game. He is like when I say hit him, you got to put him out, because if you hit him and don't get him,
everybody else, Baker and Mike Evans, you just leave alone. But you could beat up everybody else, and then Baker gonna try to like win it by himself.
I am happy that we're playing, especially with Chris Godwin, who I believe will be out the opener, and then I assume that means you're probably starting 2 rookies at wide receiver. That helps us out, because I assume that you move Emeka to the Y, and then you put Tez in the slot. You can't put Tez on the outside, because then you just throw him out of bounds.
You mean the Z?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Why? But you put him. You put him on the outside, and if you're the corner, that's the one thing I do think that both of our cornerbacks can do to a guy who is the smallest player in the league. Just put him out of bounds. He is 165 pounds. If they ever put him on the edge, you pick him up and throw him into either our bench or their bench. That's the only option. He 5'10", 165. You eject him, brother.
Yeah. Now I will say they are the favorite, but I don't call them the clear-cut favorite. Of course, one thing that I really do think that is an advantage for Baker Mayfield is durable. He don't miss a lot of games. He's going to be there. And again, the word for the Bucs is consistency. What does their schedule look like?
Atlanta, loss. Houston, loss. Boy, we need them to start at 0-2. They beat the Jets. They lose to Philly. Boy, 1-3 would be good. Then they play San Francisco with no wide receivers. They're going to outscore them. Then they play Detroit. They lose. Then you play this. Oh, excuse me. Okay, I'm going to start this over. Falcons, lose. Texans, lose. Jets, win. Philly, lose. Seattle,
win. I mean, it's a 1.5 point spread, so
it's tight.
You want to call it.
Seattle is close to them. 49ers, I don't think have enough. Then they lose to the Lions. They beat the Saints. You have a tough time. Maybe you beat the Patriots. You lose to Buffalo. You lose to the Rams. You beat the Cardinals. Lose to the Saints.
Lose.
I mean, beat the Saints, excuse me. Boy, how good would it be to have Spencer Rattler beat them one time? Boy. Lose to the Falcons again. Then you beat Carolina, Miami, Carolina.
It's going to be a dogfight between the Falcons and the Bucs, and it may come down to
Even
that
if they're a
last
little
game.
bit better of a team than us, I will say I think our schedule leans better than theirs.
I think they're more mature than us. I think we're actually kind of mirror images of each other.
Very much so.
Drake London, Mike Evans.
He is Mike Evans.
Like K-Dot and Kyle Pitts. Now, I think we got the advantage in the backfield, but I mean, Bucky Irvin ain't no slouch.
Bucky is their running back, and they're not looking for a new running back.
They got two. They don't need no more. Yeah. So I got them. I'm gonna have them over the 7. I'm gonna have them right at 9 or 10 wins. I think whoever doesn't slip up first between them and the Falcons wins the division.
Now I do think it also.
Oh, that's my point. Sorry, I couldn't think of it. If to me this schedule plus their injury situation, this looks like a team that's gonna get hot at the end of the season, and they're gonna get a wild card, and they're gonna be scary as hell in the playoffs. And Baker's gonna get on a heater because that's what he does, and he gonna go, and they're gonna be good. I wouldn't be surprised if they if the Eagles are the clear-cut favorite for I wouldn't for the number 1 seed. I wouldn't be surprised if they are like a 6 or 7 seed and then they take out the 2 or 3.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can see it. But so Tampa Bay, I hate to say it, y'all know it. I picked the Falcons to win the division, but they are the favorite. Tampa Bay.
I respect that team. Like and
very well run organization.
I hate that you can't do that in this era. It's like, oh well, you either gotta like if you don't like a team, then you hate them. Nah, like even if I don't like them, I respect the hell out of this team. Like this is a well-built, balanced team who's, like you said, mature.
I respect
the maturation.
I don't like. I do not respect. I do not respect the Saints.
Well, they suck.
Yeah, but they could be 15-0 and still fuck them. I don't care.
See, I don't have a pro team that I hate like that.
Florida, same.
Yeah,
I don't respect them.
Nah, I mean, even Georgia. I mean, I respected Georgia. I told you when they had that defense, I said I've never seen a defense like this a day in my life. But we're not going to rehash that because it's over. We are moving on to the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers with quarterback Bryce Young in his second year, and hopefully this year the ownership won't try to fire him again because that did not go well.
No, they're not going to get fired because him and Tet seem to have built a really good rapport, and the head coach was Baker Mayfield's offensive coordinator the first year he got there, first year he got there. I think that this team will exceed 6 wins, which is what their over-under is. I think that they're still a year away, but they got all the pieces there on offense. They got everything on offense. Now, their defense allowed 31.4 points a game last year. And you got Derek Brown, who's widely considered a top 15 defensive tackle in the league.
Yeah, when they let Brian Burns go, that was their defense in a nutshell.
And you sent them to the one place where they already had all the defensive line.
Exactly. You're right. This defense is questionable. I don't trust anything. Gas station sushi over here. Y'all are questionable as hell.
Akron Robinson, he's a defensive tackle.
But this is what I will tell you that does concern me about this team is this wide receiver core could be hellacious. Tet, Xavier Leggett, you got to come on. Size and speed. Size and speed is cool, but execution is mandatory. And Jimmy Horn Jr., I've heard a lot of good things about him. I know they got Jalen Coker slotted in as a starting slot, but I would not be surprised if Jimmy Horn Jr. takes that spot. And if you have Tet, Excel, and Jimmy, Bryce's job could be a lot easier. Tommy Tremblay at tight end is questionable. I think that probably needs to be one of their next moves.
They got a dude that was hurt last year from Texas, Jatavion Sanders, who's like a freak. He like Jonnu Smith. He comes back this year. They have a two-headed monster at tight end that could be scary.
6'4", 252.
They are scary.
Right.
But their offensive line is it's not great. But they have all of the
This is a 2026, 2027 team. You're probably going to eventually replace Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdell. You got Trevor Etienne. Matter of fact, let's just go to the draft picks now. You drafted Tet, which was great. I think the Cowboys will regret not getting Tet or not making that move for him. You got Nick Scowerton, who was another good pickup. Texas A&M playing the edge. Prince Hugh Mamalian, former Gator and Ole Miss. Trevor Etienne, running back. Lathan Ransom, safety at Ohio State. Cam Jackson, defensive tackle out of Florida. Mitchell Evans, tight end out of Notre Dame. And Jimmy Horn Jr. from Colorado.
A lot of speed on defense. Yeah, they're not going to get rid of Chuba on offense. He just signed a contract extension. November of 2024, he signed a 4-year extension.
Ooh. It's probably a 2-year deal. I can't imagine.
4 years, $33 million, $7 million.
Yeah. When can you get out of that deal? Just because it's 4 years don't mean that you'll be there for all of them. But I think that this team is a team that, as bad as they've been, as bad as they've been organizationally, I think that they're in a position to kind of finally get their shit together. The question is, will ownership stay out of the way and shut up?
Yeah, they got the owner to shut the hell up.
If the owner shuts up, then you give this team an opportunity to kind of grow and get together and be something. But if ownership is going to be going into restaurants and harassing people because they think the team stinks when it does, then I think that it's going to permeate through the organization as it always has. That's the biggest thing for them is it's crazy when the top guy in your organization is the guy who you need to behave. And stop throwing water on people, drinks on people.
Also, Bryce, we got something for you here in Atlanta. That little look away pass you did at the end. Scrambling around, running around you be doing in the pocket.
It's going to be a rubber stamp with JPJ on your forehead. Bow! Who hit me?
Yeah, everybody. Got like 5 people could chase you around now, dog.
Now let's run the schedule real quick. Jacksonville has to win because they have Trevor Lawrence. They paid him $100 million, and you have Travis Hunter. Then you play Arizona, and they have Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. They have to beat them. Then you play the Falcons. We have to beat them. New England. Drake May is their guy. I think that they have to beat them. Then you have Tua in Miami. They have to beat them. Then the Cowboys, they are going to beat them. Then you play the Jets.
Ooh, they got DJ Moore.
Wow. The Jets, I don't know enough about what Justin Fields is yet. That probably is going to be a solid game. Then you play Buffalo and you lose. Then you play Green Bay and you lose. Then maybe, just maybe, you beat the Saints. Then you play the Falcons and lose. Brock Purdy got paid $400 trillion. You lose that game. You lose to Matt Stafford, or by then it might be Stetson Bennett playing quarterback for the Rams. Then you play New Orleans again. Then you lose to Tampa Bay. You lose to Seattle, and you lose to Tampa Bay again. You lose a lot of games. I say, this is rough. This is rough.
Yeah, your schedule didn't do you anything. I think y'all would be really good to get to 7-9, 7-10.
Living on a prayer.
But this is a 2026 team. I think they're going to shock a few of these players. Shock a few of these teams' opponents that they play. I don't necessarily see them being a threat for the division or wild card, but I think they make it difficult for other people.
5-12. I think y'all 5-12 last year, 5-12 this season.
Yep. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our live. We got to talk about these bum ass Saints. So now
Reggie is Asshole. I was like, wait, no, we're not done. Oh,
We got to talk about the Saints, who did not draft Shador. They drafted Tyler Show, who's older than literally every quarterback on their roster. They just got Kellen Moore, who is their new coach. They have an roster and cap hell are the notes that I have. Chris Olave is probably a top 5 route runner in the league. He is also a top 5 concussion receiver because he gets thrown hospital balls. And then Alvin Kamara don't want to be there. And your best defensive lineman is what? Cam Jordan. His whole head is gray.
5,000 years old. He older
They
than
are
him and Demario Davis old as hell.
And they there. Now, they did have Spencer Rattler as named as your starting quarterback. And Kelvin Banks Jr. looks like he's about to be
Demario Davis born 3 years after us.
Who?
He's 36. Yo,
Who?
you don't play.
Oh, yeah.
You don't play the NFL at 36.
At defensive lineman, I mean, it is what it is. Kelvin Banks Jr. probably is going to be the cornerstone of the offensive line. He looks like it right now. He looks like it right now.
Y'all don't do many things right. Check box.
Now,
check box.
I don't know who else they have though.
I'm gonna go ahead and run these draft picks because they had a ton of them. Kelvin Banks, Tyler Show, Vernon Broughton, defensive tackle for Texas, Jonas Sanker, safety from Virginia, Danny Stutzman, linebacker from Oklahoma, Quincy Riley, cornerback from Louisville, Devin Neal, running back from Kansas, Moliki Matavo, tight end from UCLA, Fido Diggs, edge from Syracuse, and of course they hired Kellen Moore, and Spencer Rattler is their starting quarterback. And I actually think that that's the right decision.
Sound like rebuilding to me. I got them at 5 wins, 5-12. Y'all gonna be battling for the bottom. Pause if necessary. With Carolina,
and it is.
This is the year that I believe that y'all should blow it up. Y'all should trade Kamara.
Tyler Show is older than Spencer Rattler.
I told you that. Tyler Show older. He like 20,
25.
24?
25.
25.
He won 1999.
Okay, cool. If y'all drafted him.
He'll be 26 here any day now. My bad. You're right.
He old. So if I'm the Saints, in all honesty, this is no shade. This is nothing coming from the Falcons fan. In all honesty, objectively, I know y'all don't want to move Demario Davis and Cam Jordan and I think Honey Badger already retired, and y'all don't want to move somebody, Alvin Kamara and all of these dudes. This is the time. The trade deadline, y'all should be sellers. Sell everybody. And
Alvin
then
Kamara
at that point, you could
Alvin Kamara to the Chiefs.
And then you could at that point have all the draft picks.
That boy had a bad dream. He said, "No, Lord."
What? Like, why not? I mean, that's what happens. And then they're gonna go to the Super Bowl and he'll have MVP.
You see, they signed Clyde back too. Saints cut him. He said, "Yeah." Saints cut Clyde, and then Chiefs said, "Hey, come on back."
So this is a rebuilding year for the Saints, to put it lightly.
They still got Chase Young over there though,
who they just paid.
Don't love that, but this team,
boy, they don't have nothing. Who are they?
They don't have a lot of. They have one future-facing asset that I think is good, Kelvin Banks. I think that he is
build around him.
Yes, he's like
don't Joe Thomas yourself though.
Yeah, but Panay Sewell yourself. That's what you do. But for me, I'm going to do everything. I'm going to let Tyler Show get his chance before I set him on fire.
There have been many times that I've told y'all that Tyler Show is ass. I told y'all he was ass when he was in college. I told y'all when they did a profile on him, I said they're gonna talk that man into getting drafted. He's ass. He showed up in the preseason. His first pick, one of his first few throws was a pick 6. Then he threw a touchdown, and then he threw the ball into the dirt the rest of the preseason. So bad that they put Spencer Rattler out there and made him the default starter. I told y'all Tyler Show wasn't good.
I think that's the smart thing to do is if you have a rookie, because once you go to the rookie, you don't want to be Carolina and go to the rookie and then go away from the rookie. If
he's 21, not at no 25, 26, you only got one more contract.
Yeah.
Rookie deal is 4+1. He'll be 31 by the time they try to re-up.
No, I'm not talking about that part. I'm more talking about the confidence. And you can burn Spencer Rattler as a, like, when I say burn him, if it doesn't work out, you can set that on fire, cut him, trade him, whatever, and it be whatever it is.
Well, this won't. Chart looks bad.
It is terrible. But what you can't do.
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
What you can't do is put Tyler out there, that not work, and then go to Spencer, and then that not work, and then try to go back to Tyler like Carolina did last year. That makes you look really bad.
So what if it's the other way around? What if they go with Spencer, he looks bad, they go with Tyler, he looks bad, and they bring back Spencer?
Then you did it the right way. Because at that point, I've given you a chance to get ingratiated into the NFL. I didn't put you out there on day one and say, hey, I don't think that in most cases, the best thing you can do is put a rookie out there, unless you're in like a Cam Ward situation. And I still think that he deserves some time. Putting him out there on day one is mostly unfortunate for these quarterbacks, especially he's another guy who's played in a bunch of different systems. That to me, I think that it stunts the quarterback's growth. Yeah, because he played at Washington before he played at Miami.
That's 2.
Didn't he play somewhere else before?
Did he go to Incarnate Word? Was that him?
I think so.
Well, while we look that up, I just want to let y'all know these are the starting receivers. Chris Olave, who we assume is going to get hurt. Rashid Shaheed and Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks.
That's disrespectful. But yes, Cam Ward played at Incarnate Word 2020 to 2021, then Washington State from 2022 to 23, and then Miami 2024 to 2025. Yeah, I think that, it's tough.
Yeah, it's tight on New Orleans. Again, I don't think y'all get the 5 wins. You can pull up the schedule if you want, but
we do not care. let me do it for you just because I want to be facetious. Cardinals, you lose to Kyler Murray. 49ers, you lose to Brock Purdy. Seattle, you lose to Scam Darnold. Buffalo, you lose to Josh Allen. New York, who scores points? Y'all probably tie. New England, you probably lose to Drake May. Chicago, you lose to Caleb Williams. The Buccaneers, you lose to Baker Mayfield. Los Angeles Rams, you lose to Matt Stafford or Stetson Bennett. Carolina.
Are you saying this is an 0-17 team?
Tie. Falcons, y'all lose. Miami, y'all lose to Tua or the backup. Tampa Bay. I assume that Carolina doesn't tie twice. Y'all got to get one versus Carolina. The Jets, y'all probably lose to. Tennessee and then Atlanta. This is not a good schedule because and then you got to think, even though the Giants can't score, one thing they can do to whatever quarterback you roll out is he's inexperienced against the Hounds. They're going to say, I am engage 8 every play. I'm
every
spamming.
Play. Engage 8 arrows.
Hey, so this is what I want y'all to do.
That's how engage 8 look. This the arrows engage.
Bruh, just get him. Just get him.
They ain't got to do engage 8. They just run 4.
Them 4
can't nobody,
sure.
Kelvin Banks can't block 4 people.
Just lay down. Just jump. Just jump across the whole line. See,
well, Spencer, bro, it sounds like you about to get thrown to the wolves.
Abdul Carter, Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, and Kayvon Thibodeau. Oh, would you like thoughts and prayers or prayers and thoughts?
Tell me what color IV. What color? What's your blood type and what color IV bag you want?
And Tyler, let me tell you, if there's ever a game where you should be prepared, because you're probably gonna go in, it that one. Woo!
The Giants, they gonna beat y'all ass.
And they might not even really beat y'all, but I'm talking about like physically. They're just gonna beat y'all.
I don't care about the score, but they gonna
I told y'all a couple weeks ago that right around draft time, you don't necessarily have to worry about the Giants beating you, but you do have to worry about them beating up your quarterback. Let me tell you, they might knock your head loose.
Who is the Saints? DBs.
Tyler and Spencer. That's it.
Who's their DBs? Let's look.
Oh,
Kool-Aid McKinstry, he's actually pretty good. Alante Taylor's okay. Julian Blackmon and Justin Reed. I mean, their DBs aren't bad. Boy, them linebackers, though. Carl Granderson, Demario Davis, and Pete Werner. Pete Werner's okay.
Hey, none of this matters when you scooping your quarterback up off the ground. Y'all need to go get y'all another one. These two that y'all got. And I'll tell you one place who won't get Kirk. Y'all.
They tried to talk themselves into that.
Nope.
Kirk Cousins to the Saints. I was like, ain't no way. If there was any couth or any sportsmanship between the Saints and the Falcons, that died with Sean Payton. When he all of that's dead now. We hated y'all before. We despise y'all now.
The hell you can go. And I think that's a good place to wrap this up, is sending the Saints to hell. So with that being said, thank you guys for rocking with us as we've now covered, what is that? The AFC North, AFC South.
NFC North, NFC South.
NFC North, NFC North, AFC South, North.
Boy,
the South and the North. Hey, man, we've been podding. It feel like damn near every day, every other day. Go back and listen to everything in the past. Like, follow, subscribe, comment in the comments. Y'all want to catch us in the streets, in the barbershop, on the phone. You know how many people will call me and want a pod after the pod when I say, if you just comment on the pod?
Yeah, please comment on the pod. Put your comments so that we can respond in YouTube. So one, we can get in your algorithm. One, because we talk a lot and we got a lot of things coming with Dive Team Media as well. So Norwood, if we didn't miss anything, take us out.
And we did not miss one singular thing. Once again, go listen to all the content we put out. Y'all know how dedicated we are to this year. I mean, to this time of year. College football, pro football. Oh, shout out to the Atlanta Dream, continuing to hoop and play well. Thoughts and prayers to the Braves. But outside of that, thank y'all for rocking with us again tonight. We'll see y'all again tomorrow with another one, because that's what we do. Adios, mi amigos. God is love. Until we meet again, y'all be safe. We out of here. And this is when I remember to hit the button. So peace and peace.
Wait, hold on. What did they do? Like, follow, subscribe. Thank you, my friend. We in for it.